This is Farmer Rick from the Green Our Planet School Garden Program, and today I'm in my home garden and I'd like to talk to you about vermicomposting. So vermicomposting is composting, but it doesn't use heat. It uses worms. But there's a whole lot of other things that are going on besides worms. So worms do the bulk of the work, but there are many different critters and insects that are in this vermicomposting process. So we are getting in the compost now. I'll pull it up a little bit so you can see just exactly what's going on here. All of those are pill bugs. They are an isopod, and they are the only land-dwelling isopods. All the others are found in the ocean. They are actually an important part of the composting process. Now, even though this is vermicomposting using worms, isopods, sow bugs, as they're commonly called, are very important helpers in the decaying process. So as we move more of the material out of the way, what you're going to see is a lot more of the worms. Get a big shovel full here. And there they are. There's our workers, our vermicompost workers. These are red worms, red wigglers as they're called. They are a really important composter. They live in the top foot of the soil, and you'll only find them where you find a rich food source. So decaying leaves, a nice rich mulch, someplace that they can find their food source and be comfortable and happy. The compost pile itself, this is almost all broken down items. They used to look like this. Now it's crumbly, it's brown, it looks almost like soil, but it isn't. It is a part of soil, but it is still considered compost. Now, vermicomposting doesn't use heat, so you have to be careful about throwing weeds or seeds in here, because the vermicomposting process will not kill those, but it is very efficient at getting rid of pathogens and other bad things that are in our soil. There's a lot of soil fungi that live in here, that live with the worms and all the other insects. I showed you a few things in the compost pile. We saw sow bugs, which are isopods. We saw the worms that work in that pile, but there's a lot of other insects that we didn't see. When I go through the compost pile and I start running it through a wire sieve to get it all cleaned out so I can put it on my gardens, I see the cockroaches, I see the sow bugs, I see the worms, I see soldier flies, centipedes, millipedes, beetles, earwigs. There's all sorts of insects that live in that pile, and they kind of all work together. Some of them are there to eat the other bugs, some of them are there to help with the decomposition process. There's a whole community of bugs that you'll find in there. This is almost a video on bugs as much as it is on vermicomposting. I usually take this pile apart twice a year, and then I put what comes out of it on my garden after sieving out or taking out all of the big stuff. So I get a harvest out of it twice a year. That's every 6 months. I get to harvest my vermicompost pile. I get lots of healthy worms in my garden because of it. And I like composting that way. Again, this is Rick from the Green Our Planet School Garden Program. Thank you for joining me today. Keep on gardening.
This helps distribute the moisture, and it also helps, like I was saying earlier, it also helps aerate the mixture.